Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session of English grammar, we are going to continue with our chapter adverb. Now in this session, we are going to discuss adverb part 2. In this session, we will be discussing various types of adverbs and their positions in an adverb. Okay. Also, we'll discuss the rules of adverb usage with some special words. Okay, or some special adverbs that how are they used in sentences. That all we are going to discuss in this session. So let's begin this session. First of all, we'll cover the rules of adverb. Okay. Now we are going to cover the rules of adverb or rules for the usage of. Now we are going to cover here in this session rules of adverbs with some special adverbs and their usage. So here we have some words like to is an adverb, to and to concept where we use to and to together. Now in these to and to, this to is an adverb, whereas this to to is a preposition. And how do we use both of them together? We are going to discuss in this session. After that, we'll discuss the usage of much to, and after that, we'll discuss the uses of too much. Okay, so you must have heard these two phrases, too much and much too. Now, too much you must have heard frequently, but basically the word much too may be possible you have not heard it before, or maybe possible you have rarely heard it. Okay, or heard it a less number of times. Now, after that, we'll discuss none to, the usage of none to, only to, and then very. So we are going to discuss all these words in this session first of all. Okay. So first we'll discuss the use of to, that is TW2. Well, to is an adverb. Okay. Now what is actually the use of adverb? Okay, before I start, let me again remind you that in our last session we were discussing about the types of adverbs, where we discussed manner, place, time, degree, and comment and certainty. Well, those adverbs we will be further discussing in the next session or in the future sessions. Well, some of the types will be discussing in the later sessions. Whereas in this session, we are going to discuss the rules and the usage of these words. So first of all, we have the word to. Now, what is the rule for to? To is used to express that something is excessive or more than necessary. Now, when we say to for something, to is actually an adverb which qualifies something or which tells us that something is very, very much or extremely very much. It means it is more than or beyond than extreme. For example, everything has a limit, but if we go beyond that limit, it means that makes us feel something negative or that gives us negative sense. Okay, for example, if we say that extreme of anything is wrong. Okay, you must have heard this proverb. Therefore, this to describes something which is beyond the limit. Okay, if everything has a limit, but if we go beyond that, that is something which is a negative sense. That is why to shows the excessiveness or the beyond excessive or more than necessary. We'll require up to a little amount or up to a particular amount, but if we go beyond that or if we possess beyond that, that is too much or that is excessive of what we need. Okay, so example, the coffee is too hot to drink. Now, too hot to drink means that it is very hot, that it cannot be drunk. Okay. She's driving too fast. Now there should be a speed limit, but she's driving too fast. It means more than the speed required. Okay, and we know very well that excessiveness of anything or the extremeness of anything is really harmful. Okay, so this too actually signifies something negative. When we say too much or too fast, it means it is extremely very fast. Okay, we cannot say extremely fast, it is more than extreme. Okay, so when you have something which is after the limit or which is beyond the limit, that shows the word, that is shown by the word to. So to is an adverb. Obviously it can be used before the verb, before the adjective, before the another adverb, and it shows that extremeness of something, thus showing the negative impact. Okay, or thus making the negative impact. Okay, for example, if I say she's too beautiful, now obviously if she's excessively beautiful, obviously we are not saying any negative point for her. Okay, but too beautiful, it means more than extreme. Okay, and we know well that extremeness of anything is wrong, but that cannot be considered wrong. But yes, if I say that she's too beautiful, it means I'm saying that it is extreme now. Okay, now this is beyond the limit. And if I say very beautiful, that is moderate level. Okay, or extremely beautiful, that is also shows the limit of something. Okay, but if I say too, it means it is beyond anything. Okay, so there we use the word too to show the excessiveness of something. Okay, so we can use it with pleasant quality words, but there even practically if we signify, they can show the negative points. Otherwise, if we can also use them with pleasant words, however, they can be used, and they will signify the positive as well as the negative impact of the sentences. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Next is two and two. Okay, now when we use two and two together, now in this structure you can see that this two is an adverb. Okay, whereas this two, to2, is a preposition. Now what happens in this structure, what we say after two and after to2, so this is the structure. This pattern follows that two is followed generally by an adjective. Okay, and this to2, that is preposition, is followed by a verb. Now this sentence shows the negative sense. Okay, this sentence shows the negative sense. It means the two after the after this two we show an adjective, and this quality uh, makes a person or prevents a person for doing this action. Okay, or prevents the person from doing this action. As you can see over here, two and two is used to show that a certain degree is so extreme that it prevents something from happening. So whatever adjective is written over here, this is such a quality that prevents the person to do that prevents the person from doing this action. Okay, or you can say that forbids the person to do this action. Okay, example, the box is too heavy for me to lift. Now if the box is too heavy, obviously I cannot lift it. Okay, so the box is too heavy, and because of this quality of the box, I'm unable to lift it. Okay, so if the box is too heavy for me to lift, it means, if the sentence is the box is too heavy to lift, it means the box is very much heavy. It is extremely heavy that another person cannot lift it, or that the person cannot lift it. It is too late for us to catch that last train. It means it is extremely very late for all of us now that we cannot catch the last train. Okay, because that has been, you can say, passed away, passed from there, or maybe possible that we are ahead of the time of the train. Okay, so we are too late. It is too late for us to catch the train. It means that we are late, and now we cannot catch the train. Okay, so too late shows the excessiveness of something, whereas if we use to plus verb with it, it shows that we are possessing such a quality or such a degree of extremeness that that prevents us from doing the action that is written after to preposition. So in this two and two structure, we need not write not word or any negative word. Why so? Because the sentence itself is a negative word, a negative sentence when we use two and two together. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. I hope you have understood this concept. Now we have the word too much. Okay. Now too much. You must have heard this phrase many times. Too much. This is too much now. Okay. We used to say this phrase. Well, what is the rule for this? Refers to an excessive quantity or degree of something. Too much means when we show the excessive quantity or degree of something, that is too much. Okay. I ate too much food. Now, the basic point behind this is that after too much, we can only have a noun. Okay, we can only write noun after too much. Refers to an excessive quantity or degree of something. I ate too much food, excessive quantity of food. There is too much noise in the room. Okay, so too much, excessive amount of noise. Okay, so it is basically used, it is basically or can be used, basically used before noun. Okay, used before nouns. Okay, I hope this much is clear to you all. Now let us move to the next one. So in this sentence, you can see too much is written, and after that food is written. Food is noun. And in the next sentence, there is too much noise. So noise is noun. Too much means excessive amount of noise, okay, which is beyond the limit, okay, or which cannot be tolerated now. Now let us move to the next one. Now we have another very important phrase that is much too. Now, what is the difference between too much and much too? The difference lies in the usage of these two words. Basically, too much is always followed by a noun, but much too, it should be followed by an adjective. Okay, we cannot use noun after the word much too, or we cannot use adjective after the word too much. Okay, we cannot say that she's too much beautiful. That will be incorrect. Okay, much too beautiful, that is correct. It means whenever we have an adjective, we need to place much too before it, but when we have a noun, we need to place too much before it. Okay, rule emphasizes the excessiveness of an adjective or adverb that follows it. Now we can also have adverb after this, either adjective or adverb. Okay, so these two words can follow the word much too or phrase much too, whereas when we have the phrase too much, it can only be followed by noun. Okay, it cannot be followed by the adjective or adverbs. Example, the soup is much too hot. Now hot is adjective before which we have used the word much too. Okay, he drives much too quickly. Now quickly is an adverb before which we have used the word much too, that shows the excessiveness or excessively quickly, whereas this is excessively hot. Okay, but if I say the soup is the now if I say the soup is providing too much heat, then it is correct. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now we'll have the phrase none to. So now we have the phrase none to, so we'll discuss this one. None is a negative word. None to is used to emphasize that something is not good or favorable as expected. The weather is none too pleasant today. None too pleasant today, it means it is not as per the expectations. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Only to. Only to is used to express that something is regretfully true, even though it is not desired. She's only too aware of her mistakes. Okay, only too aware of her mistakes. It means it is now the regret. We regret that she does not she's not aware of her mistakes. If she were, it would have been fine. Okay. Now we'll discuss the word very. Rule very is a common adverb used to intensify the meaning of an adjective, adverb, or verb. The cake was very delicious. So delicious is an adjective before which we have used the word very, which shows the quantity of which is great in quantity. He speaks English very fluently. So very is a positive word that actually qualifies the adverbs or the adjectives to show that it is in the large amount. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now we'll discuss a very important part of adverbs, that is position of adverbs. And believe me friends, this part is very, very important about adverbs. In fact, the entire adverb or the questions which are related to adverb, they cover most of the part of position of adverbs and the types of adverbs. Well, we have discussed various rules of adverbs. In this part, we are going to discuss position of adverbs in a sentence. Okay. However, in the next session, we'll be discussing some more rules and about more adverbs, but that we will discuss later on. In this part, we are going to discuss position of adverbs in a sentence. Adverbs can appear at different positions in a sentence, depending on how you want to emphasize the timing of the action. Okay, or how you want to emphasize the manner of the action. Okay, it means various segments of adverbs. Examples. First of all, we'll see the adverb in the beginning of the sentence. Beginning means when we initiate the sentence. Okay, it does not mean that this adverb will make the sentence. Okay, but maybe possible before the sentence we can see this adverb. For example, adverbs can appear at the beginning of a sentence to emphasize a particular aspect or to provide context. It means whenever we use adverb of anything before the sentence, it means it will initiate the sentence, and whatever information is given or is conveyed in the sentence, the entire aspect is qualified by the word by this adverb which is given to us. For example, quickly she ran to catch the bus. Okay, so she ran to catch the bus is the entire concept which has been told us by qualified by the word quickly. Quickly is an adverb over here. So quickly she ran to catch the bus. It means it says us that this action, this entire situation takes place or took place quickly. Yesterday, we went to the beach. So, yesterday shows here that this action, which is given in the sentence, was occurred the previous day. Yesterday, she completed her assignment. Okay, so she completed her assignment. When we say anything, or when we tell something to another person, we use a manner of, or we use a manner of speaking. So we can say, yesterday I went to the market, or yesterday when I went to the market. It means we are describing or narrating a situation that happened the previous day, and that is why we are using this word in the before the sentence, just to show that this action was done in such a manner or at this time. Okay, so it can be any, it can be the adverb of manner, it can be the adverb of time, or it can be any type of adverb, but it shows just the location of this adverb, that the sentence can be said in this manner. Now this will not be the part of the sentence, but it will be used before the sentence. Okay, or emphasize a particular part in the sentence itself. Okay, for example, we say, fortunately we won the match, unfortunately we lost the train. Okay, so unfortunately means this was due to bad luck. Okay, or fortunately due to good luck. Okay, so in this manner we can use these words: regretfully, literally, quickly, yesterday, any adverb of time. Okay, and they always emphasize the aspect, which what the aspect is given in the sentence, it is qualified by these words. Okay, so we use these adverbs at the beginning of the sentence, or you can say before the sentence. Okay, now let us move to the next one. End of the sentence. Now if I want to locate adverb at the end of the sentence, how does it happen? Adverbs can also come at the end of a sentence, especially when they are modifying the verb or the entire sentence. When we talk about adverbs, they can also come at the end of the sentence. Now, there are many types of adverbs. They usually come at the end of the sentence. For example, if we have 5 types of adverb, that is manner, place, time, quantity, not quantity, but frequency, and then quantity. Okay, so out of these, this manner, place, time, and quantity, these are some adverbs, except frequency, which can come after the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Okay, for, for example, she sings beautifully. Now, beautifully is a manner adverb. They arrived late. Late is a time adverb. She completed her assignment yesterday. This is also the time adverb. And they are coming after the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Okay. So this is how we can place adverbs at the end of the sentence. But frequency adverb does not come in this part, because frequency adverb cannot come at the end of the sentence. They are basically used before the verb. Okay, well, what are the various places of frequency adverb that we are going to discuss later on? But here you should remember this, that when we write these sentences, this is a sequence particularly, that we can also look at the adverbs at the end of the sentence or before the beginning of the sentence. Okay, but adverbs, they do not begin the sentence actually. They can be used before the beginning of the sentence structure. Now, middle of the sentence, it means within the sentence. Adverbs often appear between the subject and the main verb. Now, this is main verb, or after the modal verb in a sentence. She often visits her grandparents. So we have written often over here before the word visits. Visits is the main verb and often is the frequency adverb. Okay. Now there is a rule about frequency adverb, that frequency adverbs, they are located, okay, they come before the main verb, and main verb, but after, okay, let me tell you this, but after the helping verb. okay, after the helping verb. So here in this sentence, what we do, we use this frequency adverb between the helping verb and the main verb. Okay, so here if you see the sentence, it is written, she often visits her grandparents. So this often is the frequency adverb and visits is the main verb. Okay, they have recently been on a vacation. So been is the main verb, recently is the frequency, or have is the helping verb. So they have recently been on the vacation. However, we cannot say that recently is a frequency, but these type of adverbs like recently, fortunately, unfortunately, they might come between the or within the sentence. Okay, they have recently been on a vacation. Okay, so here this recently word emphasizing the word been. I'm currently working on my project. Okay. So currently working on my project. So I'm currently working on my project. However, the sentence can be said like currently I'm working on my project. Okay. Only the position of word only change the meaning of the sentence, because whenever we change the position of the word only or of the adverb only, that can entirely change the structure or the meaning of the sentence. How? uh, I only mm, I only admire him. I only admire him. This is the sentence. And I admire him only. Suppose these are the two sentences where you can see this word only or the position of this word only has been changed. But other words are same. All the words are same though, but only the position of this only has changed. Now, what is the difference between these two sentences? Just analyze by reading them. If I say I only admire him, it means I don't do any other action or I don't have any other feeling for him. I just only admire him. It means only the feeling of admiration is there for him, but nothing else than that. Okay. But if I say I admire him only, this shows that there is no other person whom I admire. I admire him only. Okay. So the only, merely the changing of this word or merely the changing of the position of this word has changed the meaning of this of these two sentences. Okay, so this is how we can change the meaning of the sentence by changing the position of adverbs. Okay, so some adverbs are used before some verbs and some nouns just to emphasize them. Okay, so we can use currently word in various contexts. We can say currently I'm working on this project. It means this time, for the time being, I'm working on this project. If I say I'm currently working on this project, it means currently I'm only working on my project. It has not been completed. Okay, so currently I'm working. I'm not doing anything with it. Okay, or any other thing with it. Now let us move to the next one. So this is merely changing the position of adverbs can change the meaning of them entirely. Now, before the main verb, frequency adverbs. Now, this one is very, very important. Frequency adverbs typically come before the main verb in a sentence, but after the helping verbs. Okay. For example, he often goes to hill stations. Now, you can see that goes is a verb and often is a frequency. After that, they always arrive on time. So always and arrive. So always is frequency, whereas arrive is verb. It means this action happens always. Okay, on a consistent manner or in a consistent manner, consistently. Now again, she has always loved to dance. So here, this word always is the frequency, whereas loved is the verb. Okay. And in the next sentence, he will often go. So this is go and often. So again, this go is verb and often is a frequency. Go for a run in the morning. Okay. In the morning is actually the dance. Sorry, is the time. Sorry. In the morning is the time adverb. They have never been to Europe before. So they have never is the frequency, been is the verb. However, these words or these sentences we can see that there is a difference between the frequency adverb and the time adverb. And how do we say that this word has been used in the time manner or in the frequency adverb? So this is really a very good challenge for all of us to find out, but that is not a challenge. Actually, this is very easy to see. If this sentence conveys that this action has done this much of time, there we use it as a frequency. But if we show that this action is done at this time, that means it is an adverb of time. So many adverb of times and frequency, they clash with each other, or they clash with one another, but we should analyze, or we should know the concept to analyze them or to distribute them in the two segments. Okay, now let us move to the next one. So we should be able to identify or to distinguish between the two, that is the adverb of manner and adverb of frequency. Sorry, adverb of time and adverb of frequency. Now, after the main verb, she finishes her work every day. Whenever we have any adverb like manner, place, and time, all these adverbs they come after the main verb always. We meet for coffee every Saturday. So every Saturday is also time. So time comes after the verb and the object. Okay, first we have the verb and then the object, and after that we have adverb of manner, adverb of place, and adverb of time. Oh, and many times quantity as well. Okay. However, quantity can come before as well as after the main verb. We with the present continuous tense. Example, they are currently working on a project. Okay, so currently working is the present continuous tense before which we have used the word currently. So with the past continuous tense, she was studying all night. So this is the past continuous tense before which we have used the she was studying all night. So after which all night is actually the time adverb which is used after the past continuous tense. So the adverb, it does not connect, or it does not get affected because of the tenses. This is just an example, but you can use the adverb of time, manner, place, frequency, and quantity. They can be used either before the verb or after the verb in a sentence. But remember, if there is any helping verb and main verb, this adverb can only be preceded by the this main verb can precede the adverb, otherwise not. Okay, helping verb, before helping verb we cannot use the adverb, otherwise we should use the adverb before the beginning of the sentence. Okay, but in the sentence or within the sentence, it can be used before the main verb, before the verb, before the adjective, or before another adverb. Okay, because adverb of quantity can also come before the adverbs, another adverbs and adjective. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Position of adverb of manner. Okay, now we'll discuss position of adverb of manner. First of all, let us say that what is adverb of manner. Adverb of manner is something, the action, when we do any action, how do we do it? That is actually adverb of manner. That replies to the question how. Now, after the main verb, this is very, very important. When we have adverb of manner, it should come after the main verb and the object. Adverb of manner should be placed after the verb and the object. This one is also very, very important. You should remember that after the main verb and the object. Okay, placed after the main verb and the object. This should be kept in mind always in the sentence. For example, she read the instructions carefully. Now she read. It is not read, it is read. Okay, because this is the past tense of the sentence. So she read the instructions. Okay, read is the past form of verb, and the instructions are the objects. Read the verb. Okay, and carefully is the adverb of manner, which has come after the verb and as well as the object. He finished his work quickly. So his work, finished is verb, his work is object, and quickly is the adverb of manner. He completed the race quickly. Again, quickly is manner, race is object, and completed is verb. However, placing the adverb of manner before the main verb emphasizes the manner in which the action is performed. Now, many times in speaking, what we do, we use this adverb of manner before the verb or before the main verb just to emphasize that action. For example, I can say, um, for example, he quickly finished his work. Quickly finished his work. It means this quickly is emphasizing on the word finished. Okay. Um, she carefully read the instructions. Carefully means carefully here, emphasizing the word read. However, grammatically, this is only correct that manner should come after the or at the end of the sentence, after the verb and the object. Now let us move to the next one. After the verb be, after any form of be, for example, be forms are is, are, am, was, were, has, is, are, am, was, were, been, and being. So these are the forms of be, after which we should use adverbs. Now, adverbs of manner can be placed after the verb be, that is, am, is, are, was, were. So all these are the forms of be. Am, is, are the present forms of be, whereas was and were are the past forms of be. Okay, when describing a state or condition. For example, the cake is deliciously moist. Now, is the helping verb or the be form. Not actually helping verb, but the be form. And after that, we have used the word deliciously. And this deliciously is basically used for the word moist, and moist is an adjective. Okay, whereas this deliciously is an adverb. They were happily married. So adjective is married. Okay, and happily is an adverb which is qualifying this adjective and are used just after the be form, that is were. Okay, now let us move to the next one. After modal verbs are will, shall, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, need. All these are modals. Okay, and modal verbs are actually the verbs which show the imagination. Okay, which are used to show the imaginary sentences. Adverbs of manner are often placed after modal verbs: can, could, will, would, should, etc. She can easily solve this puzzle. Now, solve is actually verb, which is described by the word easily. Easily is the manner, and we have used the word can. So after can, we are using the modal. Now, we can also write the sentence like she can solve this puzzle easily. Okay, this puzzle easily. However, this is the appropriate or the correct sentence. She can solve this puzzle easily in this manner. This is because adverb of manner, and adverb of manner should come after the verb and the object. Okay, thus we have used the word easily over here. Can is a modal. Before a modal here as well, it is used after the modal. Okay, before, just after can or just after modal, it is not a rule to use adverb over after the modal. This is just the type of an example which we can speak, but in written text, this is a manner, and this should come after the verb and the object structure. They should definitely attend the meeting. Okay, so definitely can come before the verb as well, because it shows us the these are actually emphasizing adverbs. Okay, definitely presents the surety that yes, certainty that yes, he will definitely attend the meeting. Before adverbs of place. Now this one is very, very important. If we have both things in a sentence, that is adverb of manner and adverb of place. So this manner should precede the adverb of place. If an adverb of manner and adverb of place appear together, the adverb of manner comes before the adverb of place. However, the detail of this situation we will discuss later on. He danced gracefully on the stage. So on the stage is place, and gracefully is manner, which is coming just before the place. Now let us move to the next one. Adverb of place. Here, there, where, etc. come after verb and object. Mr. Rupak is here coming. Okay, now of course the sentence is incorrect. So how will you rectify this? Is here coming. This is adverb of place. Whenever we have adverb of place, they should come after the verb and the object. So likewise, adverb of manner. we do the same thing in adverb of place as well. We place adverb of place after the verb and the object in a sentence. So if I say Mr. Rupak is here coming, that is incorrect. Instead, it should be written like Mr. Rupak is coming here. You can get this anywhere. So you can see get is verb, this is object, anywhere is place. Okay. So adverb of place comes after the verb and the object. She's there standing. Obviously, it is incorrect. So she's standing there. Okay, so this is how we should use adverbs of place, that is after the verb and the object. Now let us move to the next one. This is adverb of time. Adverbs of time provide information about when an action takes place, for how long or how often. They can refer to a specific point of time or duration of time. Now, whenever we talk about adverbs of time, they provide us information about when an action takes place. It means the time of action, for how long and up to which extent or how often. So how often and how long, they can also be qualified by the word frequency, but here adverb of time says that at which time that action took place. They can refer to a specific point of time or the duration of time. For example, she will come back tomorrow. So she will come back tomorrow. Tomorrow is time. Legends live forever, so forever is time. Now, adverbs of time are today, now, then, last night, yet, next day, last day, etc. come after verb and object. For example, the sentence is, we are leaving tomorrow. So in the sentence, we can see we are leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow is time and leaving is verb. So this tomorrow shows us the time of action. She will return on Monday my book. Now the sentence is incorrect. Why so? You can see that return is verb. On Monday's time and my book is object, where I told you that this adverb of time, it should be placed after the verb and the object in a sentence. So the correct sentence will be, she will return my book on Monday. Now the sentence is correct. Okay. Next sentence is, I met him last Sunday. This one is correct. How? I met him. Him, met is the verb, him is the object, and last Sunday is the adverb. So this sentence is absolutely correct. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. More than one adverb. Now this is very, very important concept about adverb. We do have a sequence of adverb. Suppose there are multiple types of adverbs which are coming in a sentence. Okay. Or which come in a sentence. We have a sentence in which we contain manner of place, manner of time, I'm really sorry. Suppose we have a sentence in which we have adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, all these three in a single sentence. Suppose. Okay. What will happen then? If in a sentence more than one adverb come, they should be arranged in a sequence. Suppose in a sentence we need to write all the types of adverbs, or all these three types of adverbs, that is manner, adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, that we call MPT. M for manner, P for place, and T for time. Suppose we have a sentence in which we contain all these three adverbs together. Then what should be the sequence of writing these three adverbs? We know well that all these three adverbs, they are placed after the verb and the object in a sentence. But what is actually the sequence of these three adverbs together? Now, this sequence should be followed. Which sequence? First of all, we should have adverb of manner. Okay. Whenever we write all these three adverbs in a single sentence, we need to follow a sequence, and the sequence is as follows. First, we should have adverb of manner in the sentence. After that, we should have adverb of place, and after that, we should have adverb of time. So as we have seen this, that first of all, we should have adverb of manner, then adverb of place, and then adverb of time. So this sequence should be followed. Okay. And this is very, very important. First, we should have adverb of manner, then adverb of place, and then adverb of time. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Here, sentences Sanjeev ran the fast in race. Now, if you see Sanjeev ran is verb, the fast, in race. So in race is actually place and fast is manner. Okay, fast is manner. But the position is changed. Why so? Because if we go back to this, we should have first of all adverb of manner and then adverb of place. Now, if we see the sentence, the correct sentence should be Sanjeev ran fast in the race. Now you can see ran is the verb, fast is the manner, and in the race is the place. So we should follow the rule that is manner, place, and time. So we should have manner and place. Okay. So we should follow the rules likewise. Now, if the sentence is, they will tomorrow perform better in the function, obviously this is incorrect. What will be the rectification? They will perform better. Better is manner, in the function, place, and tomorrow is the time. So we have followed the rule that is MPT. Okay, so this MPT rule should always be followed. Just remember this rule with the word empty. However, its spelling will be MPT, not EMPTY. Okay, so just to make the sequence correct, or just to rectify the sequence of adverbs in a sentence, or to maintain the sequence of adverbs in the sentence, we should follow the sequence pattern that is manner, place, and time. So first of all, we should have adverb of manner, then adverb of place, and then adverb of time. And this is very, very important for all of us. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. If in a sentence verbs like come, go, arrive. Now what happens? We can have any type of verbs. Okay, but if we have these three verbs, that is come, go, and arrive, and we may have any form of these verbs. For example, for come we have come, came, come. Okay, for go, go, went, gone, arrive, arrived, arrived. Okay, any form of these verbs, if they come in a sentence, we should follow the sequence as follows. Now here this empty rule will be completely changed, and here the rule will be, first of all, we'll have adverb of place, then adverb of manner, and then adverb of time. It means the sequence will be same instead of the position of two, that is place and manner. So they will be shuffled but not time. So time will remain in the end, but before that, adverb of place and adverb of manner, they will be shuffled according to the last concept we read. And in this concept, when we have only these verbs, now this is the condition. If we have the verbs like this, okay, that is come, go, and arrive. If in a sentence any of these verbs come, that is come, go, and arrive, we should follow the sequence, that is adverb of place, then adverb of manner, and then adverb of time. So this thing is very, very important. Okay. Now let us discuss the examples, a few examples of it. The sentence is Reena went quickly in the room. Now quickly is manner, in the room is place. So this can be rectified as Reena went in the room quickly. So in the room is place and quickly is the manner. She came home safely. So came is the verb, home, place, and safely is the manner. Okay, so we can see place and then manner. Okay, so in this sequence, PM, just remember this PM is on time. Okay, so PM is on time means when PM comes, when PM goes, when PM arrives, that all happens on time. Okay, so PM comes on time. So by this line, you can remember this rule. Okay, he came home safely. So here, let me remind you about the rules again. If we talk about manner, place, and time individually, manner should come after the verb and object in a sentence. Place should also come after the verb and the object in the sentence, and time should also come after the verb and the object in the sentence. However, if we talk about frequency adverb, that should come before the main verb, okay, but after the helping verb. Okay, and if we talk about quantity, that can be placed anywhere in the sentence, because adverb can be placed in the various positions in a sentence. However, if we talk about all these three together, there is MPT together, in this section we should follow the same rule, that is MPT. That is, first of all, we should have manner, then place, and then time. And if we have the verbs like come, go, arrive, we should follow a sequence, that is place, manner, and time. Okay, so PMT. So these all these are the positions of adverbs. Okay, so we should always keep this in mind. Now, quantity adverbs, they are somewhere like they can sometimes they can follow the words, or sometimes they can precede the words. Okay, and now what which they are qualifying. Always remember the position of adverbs depends on the word they are qualifying. Okay, it means if that is quantity, quantity can be placed just after the verb which it is qualifying, or maybe possible before the verb which it is qualifying. But frequency and manner and place and time, they have their own sequences which we should always follow. Well, I hope all these things uh, are sufficient for you and are understood by you. These rules are very, very important for anyone to remember. Okay, well, now this is enough for today's session. In the next session, we'll be discussing some more types of adverbs, also some more sequences related to adverb. But always remember one thing, that is MPT and PMT. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to you and you understood each and every concept. So if you want to learn more, stay connected with me. Till then, thanks to you.